ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यपूर्णं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் சொன்ன பழமொழிகள் தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வாழவும் வாழ்வு.
So, we are going through the Shillare Rahasyam, especially called Rahasya Sandeshaha, or otherwise you can also say it in Rahasya Sandesham. Even in Sanskrit, we can say it in Rahasya Sandesham, because any book can be titled in Napumsakalinga, neutral gender, Akhrinai Tamil. So, we are going to the 94th page. So, Ahamatma Nadehosmi என்கிற இரண்டு வாக்கியமும் திருத்திய அக்ஷரத்தின் பொருளை சொல்கிறது. So, these are all notes actually. So, we are talking of the Tritiya Aksharam. What is that Tritiya Aksharam? We must find out. So, from the spell or okay. So that's we are familiar with these concepts. Therefore, nothing new. The body is not the soul. The soul is not the body. The individual soul. Again, we can also say extend it to the supreme soul. The supreme soul is not the body. Though he is everywhere, Lord is present everywhere. Supreme soul is not the body, but whereas the entire creation is the body for the supreme soul. Again, taking separately the body is a still object, insentient object, without life, without the soul, without the individual soul, and therefore it has no action. It will be actionless. And so here you can say Tritiya Aksharatin Porulai Chollugirathu. We must find out where from Tritiya Aksharam. Then Aham engira padathale Anatmani Atma Buddhi Kalikirathu. So the word Aham, meaning I, as we say, Aham can refer to.
சுவாமி திருத்திய அக்ஷரம் மா வருமா ஆவு மால ஓம்ல உள்ள அந்த சவுண்ட் அதுதான் அதான்
அது அக்ஷரம், அது அக்ஷரம் சொல்லக்கூடாது, அது வர்ணம் சொல்லணும். அதாவது ஓம்ங்கிறது அந்த பிரணவம்ங்கிறது ஒரு அக்ஷரம், ஏகம் அக்ஷரம். அது
சரி 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 ஓகே. இல்ல
Otherwise,
இல்ல
I will
பட்
also.
இல்ல அது
Yeah.
பிரிக்கிற போது
அதான்.
அப்படித்தானே அக்ஷரமா அதாவது ஓம்ங்கிற ஒரு பதம் அக்ஷரமா
ஆமா.
பிரிக்கிறோம். அது அப்படி இல்லையா அது?
அப்படி பிரிக்கிறது இல்ல.
இல்ல
ஓம்ங்கிறது
ஓகே
ஒரு
ஓகே.
ஓம்ங்கிறது ஒரு பதம் தான். ஆனா அது
அ
ஒரு அக்ஷரம் தான். ஏகாக்ஷர பதம்.
இல்ல கரெக்ட் தான். ஏகாட்சர பதம். ஆனா அதுல 3 ஆவுமா தான் அதனுடைய இது கா
ஆமா.
இது க காம்
2
காம்பனன்ட்ஸ் ஆர்
2
ஆவுமா. ம்,
2 வவலும் 2
ம்,
உயிரெழுத்தும், ஒரு மெய்யெழுத்து இருக்கு. அ, உ, ம.
ம்.
இந்த மாங்கிறது ஜீவாத்மா சரி. அது ஆனா
ஓகே, ஓகே.
ஜீவாத்மா வந்து தேகம் இல்லைங்க. இங்க இங்க கான்செப்ட் வந்து தேகம் வந்து ஆத்மா இல்லைங்கிறது. வேற ஒண்ணு.
ஓகே, ஓகே.
அகம் என்கிற பதத்தாலே பை தி வேர்ட் அகம் அனாத்மனி ஆத்ம புத்தியை கழிக்கிறது. We cannot call anything different from the soul as soul. Anatmani. Anatmani meaning in the object which cannot be called the soul. For example, our human body, all the inert objects, all the insentient objects, achetana, all these are all not atmas. Then atma buddhi kazhikkirathu meaning it avoids, it dismisses the thought that it is individual soul. Body is not individual soul. So, அநேக அவயவ உபச்சய ரூபமான தேகத்தில் காட்டில் வேறு என்று சொன்னவிது இந்திரியங்களில் அந்நியத்தைக்கும் உபலட்சணமாகியாலே பஞ்சவிம்சகனுடைய தத்துவாந்தர வைலட்சணியமும் பலிக்கிறது. So we must understand, though that there are many limbs for the body, அநேக அவயவ உபச்சய கலெக்ஷன் ரூப ஃபார்ம் தேகத்திற்காட்டில் வேறு ஜீவாத்மா இஸ் டிஃபரண்ட் என்று சொன்னவிது the fact that the individual soul is different from the body consisting of lot of limbs, aneka avayava, hand, legs, face, eyes, nose, and so on. So it also includes anyataikum upalakshanamahiyale, since all the limbs in the body are referred to by the 25 principles, namely the indriyas, karmendriyani, jnanendriyani, what you call the knowledge organs, wisdom organs, the action organs, motor organs, then panchabhutam, gross elements, 5 gross elements, Prithvi, Apu, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha, and then tanmatras, Shabda, Rupa, Rasa, Sparsha, Gandha. All these are all not Atmas. So Upalakshanamahya is a sub-definition. That is what we call corollary, you can say, addendum. So when you say body is not the soul, then the sense organs are not the soul. Either karmendriyas or jnanendriya. Manas is not soul. The mind is 11th sense organ. It is not the soul. Of course, soul has mind. It has capacity to think. But that is not entirely the soul. Manas is only one part of the soul, you can say. பஞ்சவிம்சக்கனுடைய தத்துவாந்தர வைலட்சண்யம். வைலட்சண்யம் is difference. Vailakshanyam is difference. Very simple meaning is difference. So tatvantara, you take any other principle, there should be two ta in the tatvantara, takara in tatvantara. Again, that is a wrong printing. So tatvantara vailakshanyamum phalikkirathu. The result is no other principle is also soul. In the sense, again, chit, achit, ishvaraha. When we talk about chit, achit, ishvaraha, that is what we call 3 tattvas, 3 principles. Chit tattvam, achit tattvam, and ishvara tattvam. So in these 3, the soul has no part. The individual soul has no part. And though the Supreme Soul pervades the chit, achit, and self, ishvara, it is different. The individual soul is different from chit. Chit means knowledge, achit means ignorance, then Ishvara is Lord. So Vishnu Sheshaha என்கிற பதம் in this particular verse, we are talking about the Tritiya Aksharam is Aham Atma. Tritiya Aksharam, it should be Atma. Aham Atma na dehosmi. That is the first line. Aham Atma na dehosmi. Aham Atma na is the Tritiya Aksharam. Meaning that individual soul is different from the body. So Vishnu Sheshaha என்கிற பதம், this word Vishnu Sheshaha பிரதம அக்ஷரத்தில் பிரகிருதி பிரத்யய அர்த்தங்களை காட்டுகிறது. The word V is the first syllable, V, in Vishnu, and that will show prakriti pratyaya arthangal. So what is that V refers to? So what you call Vishishta. Vishishta, V meaning Vishishta, special. And Vishnu, as we understand, Parvader, one who pervades everything. So V gives you the what you call the matter which is pervaded. Pratyaya is a suffix. It's a pratyaya can have a prefix and suffix, a common word, pratyaya. Then artha is meaning. So V tells us that the matter is pervaded. The entire matter is pervaded. Matter is whole creation. Then next one, aparigraha. I said it is not acceptable. So இதில் விசேஷ நிர்தேச சுவாரஸ்யத்தாலும் சமாச சாமர்த்தியத்தாலும் விஷ்ணுவுக்கே சேஷம் என்று தோற்றுகையாலே அந்நிய சேஷத்துவத்தை கழிக்கிற நமஸின் அர்த்தத்தை காட்டுகிறது. So what is the meaning of this aparigraha? The meaning of aparigraha is the Supreme Soul is not to be termed as, or to be named as, or to be included as the individual soul and all the other creations, including insentient objects. Meaning, the Supreme Soul is completely different. It is different, that's all. And the resultant meaning of the word aparigraha is we have to bow down to the Lord. Namassin arthathai kaatugirathu. Again, bow down meaning that we are the slaves to the Lord. All the sentient and insentient objects are slaves to the Lord. And the third meaning is we cannot claim that the Supreme Soul is our property. Supreme Soul is not our property. Neither our human body is our property, nor any other insentient objects of this creation is our property. The very individual soul is not our property. எதுவுமே நம்முடைய சொத்து இல்லை, எதுவுமே நம்முடைய பொசஷன் இல்லை. The individual soul is the possession of the Supreme Soul. The individual soul has no loco standi, we say. There is nothing belonging to this individual soul. And also the chit, achit, insentient object, and also the world of creation. And again, the next, that is what we call namama. Namaha is a word. So namaha is a word meaning salutation. Generally, literal meaning, direct meaning is immediate meaning that we can understand is salutation. That means namama. It is not mine. It is not mine in the sense, mine refers to individual soul. But whereas he can claim, Lord can claim it is mine. He can say that individual soul is his property, the creation is his property, the insentient objects are his property, and so on. And another thing is, we are not slaves to somebody else other than Lord Vishnu. That's the meaning. The previous word Vishnu Sheshaha, that is the word which gives you the meaning of aparigraha also. So why should you get these meanings? Now I tell you a list of meanings. Aparigraha means nothing is mine. Nothing is mine. Nothing is mine meaning nothing belongs to individual soul. Number one. Number two, we are all slaves. Number two. Number three, we have to bow down to him. We have to salute him. Now, the fourth meaning is we are all slaves only to Lord Vishnu. Vishnuvukke Sheshamendru. Then how do we get this Vishnuvukke Sheshamendru? How do you know that we are all slaves of Lord Vishnu only? Then Vishesha Nirdesha Swarasya Talam. It's an interesting instruction given by the Lord. Nirdeshaha meaning order, direction, instruction. So what is the instruction? It's a special instruction. It's an extraordinary instruction. So how do you say that it is an extraordinary instruction? Because he is a controller. He gives us instructions. How does he give instruction? He gives through scriptures. So Nirdesha Swarasya. So how do you say that Lord Vishnu is not to be termed as individual soul, though he pervades everything? He is not to be termed as the creation, because though he is Antaryami of the creation, and though he is Antaryami of the insentient object Achetana, we cannot term Achetana as the Supreme Soul. So that is the special instruction given through scriptures. Then Samasa Samarthyatal. By the capacity, Samarthyam, by the capacity of the compound, so what we call the power of the compound. What is the power of the compound? Parigraha means acceptance. Na parigraha is aparigraha. That is the, so parigraha means acceptable, you can say acceptability. So aparigraha is non-acceptability. And how do we understand this is non-acceptable? Because suppose I say Supreme Soul is equal to the creation. Supreme Soul, creation is equal to Supreme Soul. The insentient object is equal to Supreme Soul. The individual soul is equal to Supreme Soul. All these are all unacceptable because of the word na parigraha aparigraha. You can also say the vigraha vakya here, na parigrihyate iti aparigraha. Who is to accept? Lord is to accept. When Lord is not ready to accept, then you cannot force him to accept. That's the problem. So samasa, that's a beauty also here. Not only problem, it's a beauty. So samasa samarthya. Then what is this again? Namas. So in the namasuthanile, so vivakshitamana, what is to be intended? What is intended by the word namas? I told you already that Bhagavat Charana Aravinda Sharanagati. So our total surrender is expected at the divine feet of the Lord. Bhagavat Charana Aravinda Sharanagati. The total surrender is mentioned as the meaning of the word Namaha. When we say Namaha, whatever it be, Keshavaya Namaha, Narayana Namaha, whatever it is, Shriyai Namaha, Murtodbhavayai Namaha. So whenever see a Namavali, all the names of the Lord and Goddess, we are doing total surrender. Mahalakshmi also, no. Aravinda is only for the beauty of the feet.
God.
Aravinda is Mahalakshmi. Aravinda is Mahalakshmi. Aravinda is red lotus, especially. Chandamarai, red lotus. She is seated in red lotus. Because she is seated in red lotus, she can be called Kamala, Saroja, Aravinda, and so on. But here this is only Charana Aravinda, the foot or the lotus. No, in a compound, this is a Vigravakya for the Bhagavat Charana Aravinda Sharanagati. Now please look at this. So Bhagavataha Charanau, the first part. Bhagavataha Charanau. Bhagavataha is in Shakti genitive case. You can't say Bhagavatam Charano because you don't include so many gods and goddesses. There is only one couple. So Bhagavataha you can include in Dvivachanam, Bhagavatoho Charana. Here you can include the goddess Mahalakshmi. If you say that he is different from the goddess, so we never take it as two entities. Goddess of fortune or wealth or prosperity cannot be taken separately as Bhagavati. Bhagavati. Ikaranta Srilinga Shabda. So add Bhagavan plus Bhagavati, Bhagavatoho. Suppose we want to say separately. We also say Sri Ranganayika Sameta Sri Ranganatha Parabrahmane Namaha. He say that as though they are different from each other. But we have to take it as one entity. Daivatam Dampati. Daivatam Dampati. The couple is our deity. So Bhagavat Charana is Bhagavataha Charanau, 2 feet. You want to take Sagastra path? Do you want to take it as Sagastra Shirsha, thousands of heads? Sagastra path, thousands of feet? No, we cannot imagine. So we take just like our feet, 2 feet. So Bhagavataha Charanau. So if the feet are in Dvivachanam, dual, you must have 2 lotuses, Aravind, as comparison. There are 2 types of comparison here. One is Rupakam, metaphorical statement. Number 2, simile, Upama, comparison as what you call just like that. So lotus-like feet. Lotus-like feet. So how many lotuses do you compare with the 2 feet? Only 1 lotus. Please remember that. So when we say that English, the pair of feet, the pair of lotus-like feet. So make it 1, P-A-I-R, the double feet. So Charana Aravinda. So never it can point out to Mahalakshmi unless it is in Strilinga. Again, the comparison is also not good when we say, but generally it is acceptable because there is no other better object than lotus to compare with the Lord's divine feet. Because there are 4 similarities between the feet and the lotus. Lotus is bright. Lord's feet are bright. As bright as the crores of sun god, S-U-N. Because entire Divya Mangala Vigraha Tirumeni, we say call it, Aprakrita Tirumeni, Shuddha Sattva Vigraha of the entire Lord from head to foot. Imagine that all of them are bright. Not that only face is bright, hands are bright, legs are bright and so on. Everything is bright. As bright as crores of sun. Koti Surya Samaprabha. Thousands and crores of millions and trillions of suns. Of course, we cannot see them. We cannot have vision. Just like thousands of heads, thousands of suns. So number 2, comparison number 2 is, similarity number 2 is beautiful. Again, we would say Aravindam lotus is what you call Nichopama. Nichopamanam. It's a lesser simile in standard. It is not the equal simile in standard. It's only for understanding that feet are beautiful and not that feet are exactly like lotus. So lotus has got petals. And do you compare fingers of the feet with the petals? No. No. there are 10 fingers, say for example. We always take it as human. That's because human capacity to understand is only according to us. So finger, yeah, toes, 10, 10 divisions are there. 10. How do you know? How do you say that in the hands you say fingers, name the fingers here. But how do you say toes? The big toe, the biggest toe, the tiniest toe. Sorry. So little finger, just like Kanishtika. So take the limbs of the feet, that is toes. Can we say there are toes? Can we say compare with the filaments of the lotus? Toes are like the filaments of the lotus. No scientific comparison. Please note there is no scientific analysis of the alankara, simile. Metaphorical statement is, lest I should forget later. The metaphorical statement is the feet are the lotus. Singular in lotus. Flowers is singular. The feet are lotus. They are not different from lotus. They are exactly lotus only. We surrender at the lotus, not to feet. Look at them as lotus only. நீங்க திருவடியை பார்க்கிற பொழுது தாமரை தான் நினைக்கணுமே தவிர திருவடின்னு நினைக்க கூடாது. பெருமாளுடைய திருவடின்னு நினைக்க கூடாது. பெருமாளுடைய தாமரை. பெருமாள் கால் வந்து தாமரை, பாதம் வந்து தாமரை. தாமரை பூவை தான் நீங்க அங்க பார்க்கணும். You should not see anything else. And third comparison, first comparison is brightness, second comparison is beautiful. Third comparison is color, the color of the feet, the color of the lotus. What do you want to say? Which color do you like? So red lotus, so you take red, or say crimson, or pink. Can you name the color of the lotus? You see here, even black lotus are there. Black lotuses. So you have black lotus also. White lotus are available. Any color that you like, it is up to you to select the color of the. So again, only one lotus and 2 feet. Then lastly, cool. It is wet. Lotus is wet because it is in the water. Don't take a lotus out of the water and when it fades, don't compare it to the feet. The faded lotus, we are not talking of faded lotus. வாடின தாமரையே பெருமாளுடைய திருவடிக்கு ஒப்புமை படக்கூடாது, ஒப்புமை செய்யக்கூடாது. Always remember, it is a fresh lotus. It is in the water. If you take it out of the water, immediately it will fade. And in the morning, if it opens the petals, it will be very fresh. And in the evening, it will be putting its head down into the water. Sunlight is over. So the sun has set. The lotus also fades. So the quality of the lotus is different from the feet, because the feet are better placed, because feet never fade. Please remember this aspect. Feet never fade. Feet is all, we say sometimes, like sthala kamalini, sthala kamalam. Suppose you grow a lotus plant in the at home in the what you call mosaic floor, and you retain the freshness. You somehow retain the freshness. You say, take a toy, take a doll of lotus. So it is always fresh, looks very, very bright. It cannot be cool. So feet are cool. Feet are cool. Now the fifth quality, which is incomparable, is that is lotus fades, feet do not fade. திருவடி வாடாது, தாமரை வாடிவிடும். Meaning, transitory nature of the lotus is not in the feet. So feet are permanently bright, permanently cool, permanently beautiful, permanently colorful. So that means lotus is not a good example for simile. Anyhow, we take always this. We all remember the fresh lotus. I tell you repeatedly, fresh lotus is a comparison for the feet. And again, lotus is the seat of the goddess. Lotus is the seat of the goddess. It's a special seat for her. Lord also can be seated in lotus. For example, you can make a figure, divine figure in the temple, so that Lord also sits on the lotus along with her. Or you can even say, put a lotus base by gold or some other material, as he said, fiberglass, and then put the figure, divine figure, Lord Simanarayana or Vishnu on that, yes, Pitham. So you have a lotus base, lotus pedestal, lotus pedestal. Pitham is pedestal, English, Pitham, pedestal. So here, what I want to say is, goddess is there already, one with him. So we don't see her separated from the Lord. But here the word Aravinda will not refer to her. Though Aravinda is a seat, a permanent seat for her. Even while staying or sitting on the chest of Lord Vishnu, she is sitting on the lotus. So now, what are we to do? So tat preritanai. The word namaha makes us salute, gives direction to salute him. It encourages us to salute him. Tat preritanai. Again, remember when you say, not the word actually, namaha. Already we saw the word upaya in the case of the Supreme Soul. So Supreme Soul is the upaya, the means to attain him. Therefore, the Supreme Soul enthuses us, encourages us, goads us, compels us to fall at his feet, to do total service. Preritaha. Preritaha means directed. With compulsion. Without compulsion, nothing is done. Therefore, tatu preritam. Kondu, tan pannina prakaram. The tan pannina prakaram, tan refers to the Supreme Soul. He only does it. Sattvika tyaga. Sattvika tyaga. So after doing Bhuta Shuddhi, you worship the Lord. Thiruvaradhanam. So you become the Lord himself. So tan pannina prakaram, in the method of his own way, tam eva sharanam praptaha. So the individual soul reaches the shelter, sharanam. Sharanam is shelter. You can also say he reached the feet. We also say in Tamil, Acharyan Thiruvadi Adaindar, we say in our Vaishnava Sampradaya. When Shiva Padavi Adaindar, some people say Shiva Padavi. So it is, they say they have become one and the same with the Lord Shiva himself. Then Tameva Sharanam Praptaha, meaning there is no other shelter for us available. Therefore, we reach him as the shelter. Tameva, he is the goal. And to practically say that, where does he reach? Meaning, reach the divine feet. Charanam Praptaha. You can also use the word charanam. It's a different word in Sanskrit. Spelling is different. So charanam praptaha. He attained the feet of God. So tat kaingirya chikirshaya engira padam. Now why did the individual soul become the tailless soul, and why did he reach the feet? So tat kaingirya chikirshaya, with the desire to do service. Engira padam. Tritiya padatile, third padam is chikirshaya. Tatu first word, Kaikarya second word, Chikirshaya third word. Tritiya padatile, Prakriti pratyaya amsha tatparyate sangrahikram. So I told you already the Vigraha Vakya, kartum ichchaya. kartum ichha chikirsha, taya chikirshaya. Therefore, again you find prakriti, pratyaya, prakriti, what you call the source of the word, kri to do, kri to do, kri is the dhatu, can call it as dhatu as prakriti here, root of the word, kri, kartum to do, so what you call infinitive participle, so kartum to do, ichha is the noun, desire, then amsha tatparyate sangrahikirti meaning. What is the part and parcel of our individual soul is our essence of our soul is to do service. Amsha is part. So our role, ROLE, our amsha is to do service. And it has been abridged here in Tat Kainkarya Chikitshaya. Sangrahikirti. Sangraha meaning it is given in a nutshell. Sangrahikirti is given in a nutshell that the service must be done. It is not simply me reaching the divine feet of the Lord, that is taking him as a shelter. And we also say that there is no other God available for shelter. Ananya Sheshatvam. Already we understood that there is no other God to protect us. So with all this concept, the final aim should be doing service. That's இதில் அர்த்தக்கிரமத்தை பார்த்தால், if you look at the order of the meaning, the chronological order of the meaning, that is what we call gradual understanding of the meaning, அர்த்தக்கிரமத்தை பார்த்தால், தேகாதி விலக்ஷணனாய், different from the body, ஞாதாவாய், as a knower, the individual soul becomes a knower, wise person, ஞான ஸ்வரூபனுமாய். So generally, Lord is Jnata and we are Jneyaha. We have to be understood, we have to understand him. He has understood us. He is the knower and we are the known. So Jnata, Jneyaha. But here, as a realized soul, we become fully knowledgeable. Jnana Swarupanumai. So we become almost equal to him in wisdom. So Irandubadiyalum. So even as a knower, as well as with the original nature of the wisdom, Pratyakai, we are separate. Pratyak meaning individual soul. We are separate. We are not one with him. Bhagavati Shesha Bhutanai, we are only a slave to him. We are only subservient to him. So so Bhagavati Eka Shesha Bhutanai. We are the servant to only one God. So Bhagavati Eka Shesha Bhutanai. So we have no other succor, shelter, refuge, goal, aim, destination. Nirupadika Sheshitvadi Rahitanana. So I can't claim that I am the master. So Sheshitvam is not there. I'm not the master. And even if I am the master, supposing we say that because we do some actions in this world and we think we are the doers, so that means we have some freedom to do. Yes, some freedom, some little freedom to do. And because Anena Atmana Kartra, he is using us as instruments of action. Therefore, as instruments, we are, though controlled by him, do actions, perform actions. But it is under some conditions. Under stress, Nirupadika Sheshitvam is not there. We don't have unconditional mastership, masterhood, can say. Rahitam without. So we don't have unconditional masterhood. Rahitananan. Then Niravadika. Niravadika Bhagavad Kainkari Rasa Labhartamaha Avantanniye Sharanamaha Pattineen என்று பிரபன்னனுடைய ஸ்வனிஷ்டா அபிஜானம் சொல்லுகிறது. நெஸ்தபரனுக்கும் இது ஸ்வபர சந்தோஷார்த்தம் நித்தியம் அனுசந்தே. So while we surrender to him, So what is our benefit? Again, please understand, cancel the word our. It is not our benefit, it is his benefit. So what is the benefit? When we do service, he becomes happy. So he enjoys our service. Again, this thought should not come into our mind, namely, because I do the service, because of me, or because selfishly talking, because of my service, he is happy. Suppose I compare with you and say, I am a better serviceman. Suppose I claim that I do better service, I do more service than others, then that is also not there. So Bhagavad Kankirya Rasa Labhartamaha. Who is getting the benefit? He. Service to the God is a benefit to the God. Avantanniye Sharanamaha Patine. Only with that attitude I surrender to him. So Prapannanuடைய a surrendery. So of the surrendery. So Swanishta Abhijnanam Solhadu. Understanding, Abhijnanam. Abhijnanam is quite clear understanding. Is because of his Swanishta. Swanishta meaning his own engagement, involvement in doing service. Swanishta. I think it should be second ta. We must confirm. It is not first ta, Swanishta. That is, we are concentrating on our service. So while we concentrate on our service, we must never think that it is for our pleasure, our happiness, our satisfaction that we do service. And there are two types of people which we identified earlier. So Prapannaha, surrenderi, Nyasta Baraha, one who deposited the burden of merits and demerits. Nyasta Baraha. So these two categories of people. Idu Swapara Santoshartham Nityam Anusandhi. There is a small deviation in here in the sense that we must nishtha, yes, nishtha, strilinga, akaranta strilinga shabda. Akaranta strilinga shabda, nishtha. It ends in a, nishtha. It's a strilinga shabda. It's a feminine gender word. So now, right, nishtha. Okay, so now there's a small difference here in the opinion of Vedanta Deshika. So we must dote upon, D-O-T-E. We must brood upon, B-R-O-O-D. We must think upon continuously, Anusandheyam, Nityam, forever, Swasantoshartham, Parasantosha. Again, remember, my service. Am I doing service sincerely? That should be the aim and not happiness. We are not talking of the result of my service. Am I doing it sincerely? Am I doing it faithfully? Am I completely 100% faithful in doing service? Check. It's called the checking. Swasantoshatam is, it is not for even contentment. Oh, I have done today all my service. It's over. So I cannot do better service. Others cannot do better service than me. I cannot do more service today. Today is over. The time is over. So I cannot do more service to him. So that means it is not not only it is not possible, it is enough. It is sufficient. Suppose I feel it is sufficient today that I did my service. That is not to be. That is not the right attitude. So no contentment must also be there. No happiness must be there. Then what should be there? The word is santosha must be understood as not contentment or happiness, but as check, self-check. As we say, spelling check in English. So spell check, as we say, self-check. Santosha is self-check, but whereas parasantosha is to the Supreme Soul, it is happiness. So what should we do? Last word, Mevudume, Velai Vannanai Mevudume. So we have to worship the Lord. Velai Vannanai Mevudume. Velai Vannanai, we will understand it by the meaning. So you can also say, வென்று பகைகெடுக்கும் நின் கையில் வேல் போற்றி திருப்பாவை அன்றி உலகம் அளந்தாய் அடி போற்றி. So வென்று பகைகெடுக்கும் நின் கையில் வேல் போற்றி. So வேலை வண்ணனை. You can also say he is always busy, he never sleeps, he is never tired. So வேலை வண்ணனை means always workaholic. He never sleeps. Even while sleeping, he is watching us. Therefore, வேலை வண்ணனை மேவுதுமே. மேவுதுமே means we have to worship him. So why? Why should we worship him? Because of our preceptor's greatness. தேசிகர் தேசின் பெருமையினால். ஷீலம் கவர்ந்திடும், because of his character, good character. Sheelam is good character, moral character. Kavarnidum, he has attracted us. The preceptor has attracted us. And what did attract us? What attracted us? Deshika Teshin, Tejas. The brightness, meaning intelligence of the preceptor Swami Vedanta Deshika. Or you can say Deshika, you can mean all the previous preceptors also. Sri Bhashyakara, Alavandar, Yamunacharya, Nathamuni. You can list all your preceptors. So all the preceptors have helped us and their knowledge helped us. Deshika Teshin Pirmay and all. By the greatness of the wisdom of all the preceptors, then what happened? Thulangal and Duritangal Maindana. The word Sanskrit words are used in Tamil. Therefore, it's sometimes easy for a Sanskritist and also a Tamili. But whereas it is very difficult for people who do not know both Sanskrit and Tamil. So, Duritangal, spelling is different. Duritangal, first da is third letter, second da is first letter. Duritangal Maindana, sins were washed off. Sins are washed off. How did they get washed off? Thulangalan, like the Thulam is also a Sanskrit word, is what you call cotton. So just like the cotton bundle, all the cotton bundles of sins got got burnt in the fire. What is that fire? Knowledge, fire of knowledge. What is that now? Where is the knowledge? From the preceptors. Then Tunjal Tarum Kolam Kalindada. Now, what are we here? We are individual souls. Tunjal Tarum. We have been suffering. Kolam Kalindada. So we have to shirk off this body. So we are putting on some roles. We are actors in this world. So Kolam Kalindada. Our attire will be off. Then Kuriya Kalam Kurithinindrum. So we are waiting for the redemption, waiting for the emancipation. Kuriya Kalam Kurithinindrum. So preceptors could understand their end. Whereas, what should we do? So we have to remember that we are impermanent in this world. Then Melinganam Piravo. We won't again be born. Male again. Ing here, Nam Piravo. We won't take a birth. We won't take a birth in the sense God will bless us. Again, it is not our action. Of course, we are responsible for our birth also because of the merits and demerits, sins and good actions. And therefore, we don't want to be born. That is what the prayer which we say to Velai Vandane, different colored Lord. Different colored Lord. Alvar says, My Vanna Narungunji. His locks of hair is dark, okay. But Avvarnam, Emvarnam, he says. Alvar says, all the colors you can attribute to him. Good colors, beautiful colors. Manivannan, it's the name of the Lord is Manivanna. Manivannan. Whatever gem that you want to take, the diamond or all the other 9 gems, which are as bright as the Lord. Again, remember the one point from the lotus feet. Lotus feet. Lotus is, lotus is beautiful because it is compared with the feet. Don't say feet are beautiful like lotus, but lotus gets a name and fame. Why lotus is taken an example, illustration for comparison? Because lotus is blessed flower. Lotus is lucky flower. There are so many flowers in this world. Why lotus? So lotus is lucky flower, and it is beautiful like the feet. That should be the comparison, and therefore, so Venkatanatha, Sri Venkatanatha, Shishyanam Hitamichata. So Lord, Preceptor Venkatanatha was always intent upon the welfare of these disciples. Shishyanam Hitamichata. He wanted the disciples to be happy, to do good to the disciples. Itham, in this way, Rahasya Sararthaha, the meaning of the essence of these 3 secrets, Sangrihya was abridged, Samadarshita is shown well. So the last part, the Sheelam, Nargunatiyam, Nallolukatiyam. Can you show me the paragraph? Yeah, full paragraph. Right. So Sheelam, I told you, good character, good quality. Kavarndidum kai konda. So Acharyarhal, I told you, all the preceptors. Not only Deshika, Ramanujacharya, Yamunacharya. So they did the surrender. They did the surrender. Prapatyahya Tejasim Prabhavastal. Because of their concepts of surrender, our sins got burnt like the cotton in the fire. So Tunjal Tarum is because of our ignorance, we are in this form, human form. Bhagavan Sankalpita Kalati Kuritu Nindu, waiting for his NOD, approval, waiting for his time. எதிர்பார்த்து நிற்கின்றோம். We are expecting him. இனி கர்ம பூமியில் இங்கு நாம் பிறவோம். We won't be born. So கடல் போன்ற வேலை, வேலா is wave, Sanskrit word. Vela means wave. Where is the wave? Ocean. Therefore, Vela means ocean. So what is the color of the ocean? Blue. And therefore, blue, black, blue, dark blue, bluish gray, or whatever combination. So கடல் போன்ற நிறமுடைய பரமபதநாதனை சேர்ந்து we will join with him. This is what the last paragraph also says. Vedanta Deshika, originally named Venkatanatha, wished only welfare for the disciples. And it's a small abridged form of the secrets. So it's all stress of the same idea, points in every secret we find that. And again, as we understand, why should we read the same idea in every book? Meaning that lest we should forget. We should not forget it. We should remember it. The scriptures must be chanted every day so that they are not forgotten. The service must be done to the Lord because he should not be forgotten. And therefore, recitation of stotras is to be done frequently so that we don't forget. After 5 years of stop, that is interruption, we tend to forget everything. Even the next day, sometimes we forget, but generally 5 to 10 years complete forgetting of all that we learned during the. But we can revive them. We can revive them at the age of 60 also, but the surroundings do not allow. Of course, we must not blame the surroundings. We must take it up our take cudgels, we say, CUDGELS, with a vengeance. My father used to say, take it with a vengeance. As though we are, see, a lady was telling me from Bangalore, she is trying to memorize Narayani. I said, at your age of, say, more than 40 plus, don't attempt, I said. Don't strain your brain, I said. I advised, maybe wrongly. But another Shiva devotee says, I want to memorize Raghuvira Gadyam. My friend, one of my friends, being a staunch Shiva devotee, he says Raghuvira Gadyam must be memorized. 91 lines. 91 lines. It is an alliteration. It is very difficult to remember the alliteration. And therefore, there are some people, very young people, even in the, what you call, community different from Brahmana, non-Brahmin community, they have memorized Raghuvira Gadya. I see there are two people trying to do it. I mean, they already said they are attempting. At the age of 40, with the will, you can do that. At the age of 40. Again, with the will in the sense of blessings of the Lord. Our will depends on the will of the Lord. So for a comp, in a comp,
you get the will only because of his will.
In the competitive spirit, one can do that.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞானவைராகியபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்த தேசிகம் கவிதார்க்கிக சிவாய கணேசாய குணசாலினி ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேசாய வேதாந்த குரவே வாதிதி பதிரோபங்க பஞ்சானவராஜமா ஸ்ரீமான் வெங்கடநாதாய சிரம் விஜயதாம் இரண்டு தோப்பல் திருவேங்கடவுடைய பழமொழிகள் ஓடொன்று தானே தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வாரே
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞானவைராக்யபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம்
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம்